Are you joining? Is Bubba gonna be in the video? Look who's here. This is Mr. Sneaky Paws.
Look at the camera.
Hello everyone. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing kind of a cluster of two videos, like a combo, where one I'm gonna be doing like a makeup look / tutorial on my older sister Hannah, and one where I talk about the differences that I have noticed from America to Australia.
Yeah.
Because while I was there, it was honestly kind of hard. It was weird. It was like hard for me to think of the differences. And then when I got home and got used to my life again, it was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, things
like,
were different.
yeah.
Because it was kind of like I was on vacation there. Anyway, to start off, it's going to be with the makeup portion. We've already put on her serum. It was a hydrating serum, moisturizer, and eye cream. All these things are very important if you want to have a good foundation.
No dry.
Guys,
Dry flakes.
one of the first things that's different is the altitude. I can't breathe. And
What's the altitude there? Like
sea level. It's like sea level, and we're at
10,000 feet.
about
Just
10,000 feet.
So that's like a big.
And it's been like a week that I've been back and I still like can't breathe, but
I think that's normal though.
I hope.
Even from Denver to here, like I'll get a headache every time I go to Denver or come up here. Just that
That
small-
4,000 little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what I was trying to say before I lost my breath was you want to have good skincare routine to have good
Yeah.
makeup application, or it really, you can spend as much money as you want on good makeup and it's not going to matter unless you take care of your skin first.
Like the French do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as much about the look of the makeup, but the health of the skin.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So,
quality of skin.
Wash your face, girls and boys.
Yeah, boys.
Because if you don't wash your face, it takes
You
years
won't
away
be-
from you.
Did you see what they did? They broke my bag at the airport.
That's rude.
Yeah, but at least everything's safe. Okay,
They're just whipping it around.
so what should we start with on you?
I think you should do what you would normally do.
So I usually like to start with the eyes, just in case there's any fallout. This is a normal thing that you've probably heard from every single beauty person in the world. Start with the eyes. One thing about my dear sister here is she hates warm tones. Can
I
you
do.
believe it? You're the only one right now.
In the world?
Yeah.
I'm different. I'm different.
Yeah, I'm different.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
Yeah, I'm different. She doesn't like the warm tones, so a palette like this is not gonna work. Some of them might.
This color is the color of my
Dark circles.
dark circle, so I look dead.
Yeah, she looks like she has more bruises. So
Yeah.
this palette is a no-go.
I can use mine from circa 2010 Smashbox.
Yeah, we're gonna get started.
We're so natural.
This is my foundation left over for my face.
Okay.
We're gonna put it on your eyes. Ooh, that's a little stiff, ain't it? Ooh.
It smells good.
That's the Garnier from Australia, right? How would you...
That's one difference I know already because Emma showed me this amazing makeup. Show
This
them
one.
what it is.
That BB cream that I
Garnier.
used.
So I was like, it smells amazing and she looks so good. I went to Target.
Yeah, so she got it too, as close as we thought it was,
Oh,
because
you know what? I gave it to Taylor.
because it was so dark.
It was so dark.
I will say that's one thing that Garnier
like
needs to
a
improve
BB
is their range. They only have 3 colors and the light is like too tan for me. But we digress. We will start with... I'm just like thinking, like, I'm not a beauty guru. These are all my own personal brushes, so they're gonna be dirty.
This is the dirty brush
Yeah.
we're gonna start with. We're just gonna put it all over the face.
And I'm like wiping it on my leg. I'm like,
We're related.
we're
You
related,
won't
so
mind,
it's okay. Yeah.
We have the same natural oils.
Yeah, I'm like, you'll be okay, right? So what I'm gonna start with though is I'm gonna go into actually her old Smashbox. I assume you can see this, but and take this light color. Let's hold this up so
Let's
that if I
name
need
them.
to. M2. I'm gonna
No.
take M2.
They're all M2, M3.
Matte 2, Shimmer 2.
That's so boring.
So what do you want to call that? Camel?
Yeah.
We're gonna take Camel,
Chihuahua.
ooh, Chihuahua, and this is gonna be her crease color. And a pretty thing with Hannah's eye shape, if you can notice, you see naturally she has that really defined crease. When she opens her eyes, you can see it. So I like to really just play up into that crease. I'm not gonna try to change the shape. I'm just gonna take it into the corner. In America, we have this type of apple called a pink lady, which when you cut into it, it's pink.
Yeah.
They have a pink lady, which is like our Gala and Honeycrisp. They just name their fruit, their apples differently. So every time we were going, he's like, well, let's buy some pink ladies. I was like, I don't love that type of apple.
Yeah.
But then we bought it and it was like the sweet.
I just closed my eyes like,
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go into my Tartist Pro palette and take this cream color, which is just called Classic. And now I'm gonna help to blend that over the edge. of where I just did. And I'm taking that same brush because nobody's got time to switch some brushes.
And what other food stuff is weird?
So that was another thing that was so weird but also so great is in the grocery stores when we're shopping around and we're going to like, let's just say like a barbecue with his friends. Yeah, like a shrimp on the barbie. Babby. We, instead of like having like rows of ketchup and barbecues, rows and rows and rows and rows of aioli. Different aioli, garlic aioli, spicy aioli, spicy garlic aioli.
You know what we have to do here is make our own aiolis, and I just am too lazy. But if
Aiolis?
I had access to like shelves of aioli, there would be a 400-pound person sitting here.
Maybe that's why they don't bring it to America because they're like, we can't.
They know we're
aioli.
addicted
We
to
can't give them
aioli.
aiolis.
And they call the bell peppers
Capsicums.
That's a perfect name for it.
A capsicum?
Because they're disgusting.
Yeah, that's us. We hate.
Not a lot of people hate bell peppers,
Right.
but we hate them.
Yes, and they're so. The smell is just so.
It's the
Pungent?
smell because I can handle it when it's hidden.
Yeah.
Like you said, how Isadora made you the sandwich and you were like
You
eating
hit it, yeah.
I can deal with that, but I think the minute if it's
You
like
can sniff it.
if I smell that putrid smell, I just like can't. My gag reflex just
It
goes.
just goes. Oh, they instead of just like generic granola, they have things called muesli, and it's like you can't get granola without raisins in it.
Ew.
We put it.
Because when they get cold, they get hard.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It got cold every time I put it in my yogurt, and I'm like, and then it's
Yes.
like, and you're like, I don't want to be focusing
Yeah.
on the raisin at the
Yeah.
end of my meal, but the
Yeah.
raisin's still there.
See, it's one of those things like that you just gather in your mouth and spit it out.
It
Because
is
it's like, why is this in here? And hot dogs, you said, was so funny. Little, what are they called?
little boys. They call them little boys. They don't have hot dogs there really either. Like America, another thing at barbecues
Runs on hot dogs.
America runs on hot dogs. We don't have, or we love hot dogs at barbecues, at
Yeah.
events, social
Oh, yeah.
gatherings. Burgers and hot dogs. They have burgers and
little boy.
They just call them little boys, and then they have them with bratwursts. But like,
Oh, right.
you
Well-
can't find the little boys anywhere.
That's
Not
very
anywhere.
Special.
But now I'm gonna take my indie and edgy and mix these two together because this one's a little too neutral. And that one's warm brown. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna kind of stamp it in.
What's that mean?
Stamping is just
Oh,
placing it.
I call that pushing.
Oh yeah, we're gonna push it in. Let me see. Yeah, and since this is for daytime, I'm not gonna go too crazy.
Did they have like weird alcohol drinks?
They love beer. That's
Yeah.
one thing that is so well known. So great. They have wine, but you know what is some bullshit that they don't have nor know about?
What?
Moscow News.
They don't know what it's called.
You
They've
should have
never
gone
heard.
there and been like, I have a drink that I made up.
Where's Moscow Mule? And they're like, dude? Oh, dude?
That's bizarre. Maybe they call it something else though.
No, I asked him, I was like, it's vodka, ginger beer, and lime. I never heard of that. I'm like, you're missing out, love.
Weird. That's weird.
It's weird. And what I will say though, this is only in Perth that I can relate to. I don't really know in Sydney. I
Yeah.
don't really know in those places. Like
More
maybe,
people.
yeah, maybe like Melbourne and like those places might have them. But from my experience, specifically
Yeah.
this trip, they did not know.
Western.
The good old WA, biggest state in the world. It's the biggest state in the world. Most isolated capital in the world. So what I'm
So-
going to do now, before anything else, is you can see how obviously this is hella dark. All you gotta do is blend that out. But these are the only two colors I'm gonna be using on your crease anyway. I'm gonna blend. And buff it into the inner corner. And more sweep it
You
in.
told me something else weird.
There was a couple things.
Any
Kangaroo. It's weird that they have kangaroo steaks just in the regular grocery
I
store.
just can't imagine that.
I know. And kangaroos
Oh.
are so soft. They're so soft. But
Which I thought they were like a rat.
I think I thought they were very, like coarse hair.
Yeah, I imagined like tight skin, muscular.
Those I feel like are
Dirty
like the
rats.
bulls, like the giant bulls, you know, like the men.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
Yeah.
call them bowls.
bulls.
Anything like they do drip coffee. I noticed like in your video.
Yeah, that's one thing too. Coffee is really difficult there. Coffee's just really hard to make and eat, like drink there. Like here, I
It
feel
sounds more European, honestly. Like they take on.
like very European traits because they have
Yeah.
like electric kettles, like we don't.
They call college uni.
Oh,
Is that right?
is so weird. Yeah, so just like in England,
like England,
they
yeah.
call going off to school, like going off to college in America,
Yeah.
going to uni.
Mhm.
College for them is dorms. They're dorms where they live. So whenever I said, yeah, when I went off to college, they're like, that's not that epic. That's not that important. But I'm like, no, college is not like
Uni.
moving.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
I've never heard the college thing for dorms before. It's usually dorms or
Housing.
quarters.
Yeah. But it was college. Crossing the street obviously is really difficult. You
Like,
look-
what's some more of their slang? Like college. What else do they say weird? Because what was that thing in your cat video? Siebes or something?
Sieb.
That is weird.
It's when you can't be bothered to
I mean,
do
it's
something.
not weird, but
like CBB or CBF, like can't be bothered or can't be effed
Blank.
to do something. So they shortened it again to just Sieb. Sieb.
I just never even heard that here.
No, it's
that
not
a
a
thing
thing
people
here.
say?
To say
Oh.
can't be bothered. Like you can be like, I can't be bothered to do that today.
We don't say CBB.
No.
That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, like shortening is
Do
still
they short
there.
other stuff?
Names. Every single name is shortened. Even though my name's Emma, already short M.
Well,
Isidore is. Garrett Gez. Like z. Oh yeah, they do brekkie, which is just breakfast. Ground beef, ground turkey. Any type of meat that's ground is just mince. Just mince.
Do they?
Nope, don't specify. Gonna go get some mince. I'm like,
So it's beef usually.
beef. Yeah, I don't know what ground turkey is. Maybe it's just not that big of a thing there.
Are they indigenous to Australia?
No, Aboriginal. Oh, turkeys.
Yeah, like I mean,
No, I don't. think-
turkeys are here.
That's what I mean.
Tons of them.
I'm like, is that why they eat
Ew, that's just gross to think about.
the kangaroos and stuff? You know, because they're indigenous. Now I'm going to take a thinner brush, which is one by Real Techniques. It's their little fine guy. Same edgy color to just make it more defined on the lash line.
No shoes in the grocery store.
They don't wear, it's just not required. If anybody went to a grocery store here without shoes on, that's gross.
No, they'd kick
don't
you
do that.
out.
Yeah, you're not
You're not
allowed
allowed
to do
to.
that. But there, you can go, no shoes, just walk in, get your food, walk out. So weird.
It's more of like, it sounds more like of a beach vibe.
It is. It's like super like because it's like very coastal.
Yeah, because
laid back
a lot of
surfers.
people don't they live in Australia live on the coast because of the
No, it's rarely.
bush or whatever you call it.
Yeah, out there. They don't live in. They only live on the coasts of Australia, all the way up and down, because if you live, it's too hot in the inner part.
The toilets spin the opposite way. Did you notice that? Because
It's weird.
Ever since
They
I was a
did it-
kid, that's what Australia was to me.
Water
Kangaroos
spins,
and toilet bowls going the opposite way.
Yeah.
It was like down under. There's kangaroos and weird toilets.
and weird toilets, but
Like
no, they
nothing
don't.
else.
The weirdest thing, which is almost European again, is you press the button on the top. So when I came home, I kept trying to press the top of the toilet, and I was like, forgot there's a little handle I gotta use. It's almost like our toilet spins, and theirs just kind of like fills up and leaves.
Okay. So
Kind of like
your.
your. So it's like I couldn't tell which way it was
disappointing.
spinning.
That's
I
disappointing.
know. Blending out to make this more smoky on the lash line with just a Morphe M511.
And they have like a lot of manual cars.
They have a lot of manual cars. More so here we have automatic cars, and
That's like Europe. A lot of the things
it's very
you
European.
mention is like being in Europe, you know?
But so what's weird is, like they have the manual cars and they love it, and people who have manual cars just love having-
Taylor is one of those people. Hot red candy apple Audi that's manual.
Yeah,
it's like a
loves
race
it.
car.
But you know how here we don't have to get different driver's license. You just have a driver's license.
Yeah.
You can drive what you want. If you don't have a manual license, you cannot drive a manual
wow.
car. But if you have a manual
How can they tell,
license,
from
you can drive an
outside?
automatic.
You can tell, I guess, because like the
I guess. But if
Weird.
you don't have it, you're like, you have to take like a test and all these things. And
Well, safer probably.
we're gonna move on to skin. So we are gonna use Hannah's Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation in number 2. You should get one of those spatulas.
I know. But how much are those?
Cheap on Amazon. Ooh, this was a good one.
Are people nice?
People are very nice. It reminded me of Ireland a lot.
I have to tell you something about this, Charlotte Tilbury. You're supposed to use your hands.
Oh.
You can use a brush, but it has to be heated because it doesn't have to be, but it works better when it's warm because
you
it's
wanna
so
use-
natural.
In Perth, this was really nice, and I know they're starting to do this more in Breckenridge. No 4-way stops anywhere.
That's cool.
Only
I've heard that's like a lot
roundabouts.
safer.
It is safer here. Yeah, I leave that a little bit open. So it was safer. Traffic kept moving and grooving.
Moving and grooving.
But the scariest thing is, since I wasn't obviously used to things happening on, like, I think the
yeah, because it's
right or the
opposite
left
on
of me,
top
which-
of it. Yeah.
So when I was sitting in like the back of a car, I was like, oh, because it
Yeah.
looked like these people were gonna come and just
Yeah.
hit your car.
Do you remember when we were in London and we were on the top of the red bus going in from Kennington? And that guy, there was like a man who
Yes.
stepped out.
It was really
And
scary.
I think he like clipped it almost. It was so close. And
so close.
Oh my gosh, that was so scary.
Yeah.
And to be on the opposite side, it's just so confusing.
It was really confusing. Luckily though, in London, you know how it said look left, look right?
Yeah, that's true.
So they don't have that in Perth because it's not a very international city, but they did have that in Sydney.
That's cool.
I'll blend that out on that side.
Would you stay, like if you were recommending to somebody traveling, would you recommend Perth and like
I'd say Perth as a base because Western Australia
Ooh.
is so
pretty?
so cool, so
Yeah.
underrated. So it's very underrated because it's just like the beaches are white sand, gorgeous
That's so
beaches,
cool.
and nobody's there.
Yeah.
Because people don't know to go there.
Yeah.
Sydney was really cool. It's just like a once in a lifetime place that you just gotta go. But what's awesome about Western Australia is like it almost part of it reminded me of like the Sonoma Valley, so up like the
Yeah.
wine country. So there's a part called Margaret River that is just I didn't get to go this time, but
One day.
so pretty from the looks of it. And then way down south, which if you didn't have to think about it, we were talking about this in the car.
Yeah.
It gets colder the more south you go, which obviously makes
It's
sense
so
when
up.
you think of it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
without
there's a North Pole too. So
Yeah,
it's
but-
really
it depends on the equator, but
Where
you're
you
getting
are,
so
yeah.
much farther from the equator that
Yeah.
when we were down in Esperance, as beautiful as the water was, as gorgeous as the sand was, you're getting Antarctica water,
like freezing.
freezing cold and shark infested.
That's
I swam in
Fun.
shark infested waters without knowing it, or else I wouldn't have gone.
New Smyrna Beach in Florida is like the shark attack capital of the United States.
Ooh,
We used to go there all the time,
Yeah.
and then I was told that, and I was like, I'll go, but I'm not getting in.
Not getting in. Yeah, I also noticed they love buttering their burger buns.
Like butter-
After it's done.
Oh, yeah, no,
Put
I
cold butter on there, like a buttered sandwich. Like,
With
I don't.
the burger.
Yeah, and everything
Oh,
else in there.
That kind of makes sense though, because you put like on meat like the butter with the garlic in the pot in the pan like steak and stuff. So what does it melt, or is it like on the cold side?
It's on like, I don't know. Because I didn't do it. What I'm gonna do with this is take it down and into a triangle and under the nose. So this is the natural shape that I do because you want highlight up here and it just brightens.
Did you see that one thing Rihanna did, the Vogue?
No, what did she do?
And she said you make a triangle here on your neck to make your neck look longer.
With like contour?
I never knew that.
I didn't either. And then also, boop, 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 to even out,
On my wrinkles, cover my wrinkles.
even out. This isn't too light, so that's nice. It's not gonna give you like a crazy blinding.
Right. What was like the hardest difference for you?
Like the kitchen was really weird, and I remember no garbage disposal, which if you don't know what that is, it is
What? How would no one know what that is?
they don't know what it is. They don't
Oh,
have
that's
it.
so sad.
But there they don't have it. You have to put everything into the garbage.
Oh, that, you know what? When I lived in Florida, I had a house, or I was renting a house that didn't have a garbage disposal or a dishwasher. That was life changing. Just kidding.
Do you have powder? Because I realize mine is gone somewhere.
What was like the best food you had there and the worst food you had there? You don't want to say?
I'm trying to think. I'm like, was any of the food that good?
Really?
I'm not that big of a foodie, so luckily, like, it wasn't that hard. The one thing that was difficult for me is I'm not a big, like, it doesn't work with my stomach, Asian food. I have really sensitive stomach.
Yeah.
And since they are very close to Asia and Indonesia,
A lot of their
a
foods.
lot of the
Wow.
options.
Yeah.
So it was a big struggle every day to try to like be like, well, what do I want to get? Because I don't want to keep saying no to this, but I really can't eat Indonesian food like this.
You love acai bowls, though. I saw you had that.
So I think that's like a new thing coming to America is smoothie bowls, acai bowls.
Yeah.
Like it is popular, but it's still not like Australia. Every corner has acai bowls, and it's the best. I got really into them in Sydney when I could walk on Coogee Beach and stuff. Western Australia, or at least Perth, no Starbucks anywhere.
Wow.
I think not maybe the country. No Starbucks though.
Did they have like a different chain?
No.
What? They have it though. At Sydney, they have to.
In Sydney, not Perth though. Sorry, I want you to do your mascara first before I go on to brows. Are you just gonna want to use the troublemaker?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, also the other side of the car, getting in on the other side of the car was weird.
Ooh, that's so cool. I've never driven in a passenger car.
Oh, well, we'll get to it in Ireland.
in a taxi, but never.
Like up front, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it almost just feels like the '90s back there.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So fun.
Fashion is interesting. I really like the fashion. It feels like guys care a little bit more about what they're wearing, at least compared to this town. Boys love wearing their short little
Why, 'cause of the
European bathing
weather,
suits.
Or, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, love it. Basketball shorts are very short. Rugby shorts, footy shorts, very short.
Shorts.
Footy. That's something that
Yeah,
we don't
that's-
have here that it would be so fun. It's a mix of like football, rugby, and soccer. And I really just feel like a group of Australians a long time ago got pretty, what do they call? Not pissed, I got,
That's the short version of drunk.
yeah, drunk. Well, they got drunk. I don't remember what it's called, how they describe it. But I think they all got drunk and just mixed all these sports together. And it's so fun.
That's cool.
I really enjoyed watching it. Bad internet. They have terrible internet. Again, my experience. What I'm doing with Hannah's eyebrow, if you can see the difference, mine stays pretty flat without an arch, and Hannah loves a good arch. She's a Disney villain. What are you gonna say? You like it more dramatic, and
Well, I have a round face. Like, I have a heart-shaped face, I guess, but it's round. So when you do everything round, and then I have big eyes and like a little mouth and a little, it's like
yeah, you need something angular to break it up.
Exactly.
And the brows is the best way to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking they don't have Sephora.
oh,
Yeah, that was hard. There's like no makeup place, so I felt very, like I was like,
no
where would
Ulta,
I-
obviously, you
No,
know.
and I was like, where would I work? But there's a place called, I think it's Becca or Mecca.
Mecca.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so crazy to fly that long somewhere.
And what's weird is so when Isidore's coming out for a cousin's wedding in Canada in June, and instead of flying the LA way that I did, he's flying through Beijing with his family because that's a very easy way to go.
Wow.
Which is interesting because
To us, that's so foreign.
so foreign. And it's just
Interesting.
another travel spot. It's like in my mirror, whoa, my mirror staring back at me, whoa. Hula Benefit bronzer. I take this little horse brush, doesn't that?
It does.
And I just place where I want it because I don't like this brush really apart from it really laying down that contour. So I'm mixing it as a contour and a bronzer, taking a fluffy brush, Real Techniques, keeping it on its side so it doesn't bring it down, and just buff it.
Buffett.
Jimmy
Any
Buffett.
shows? You watched Love Island.
Guys, Love
You-
Island, but I hated it. But I loved that I had a
Why
chance.
did you hate it?
So we are pretty big reality TV fanatics, I'd say.
Yeah.
We have our history in loving just the psychology behind it is what we were talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
And Love Island almost didn't have psychology in it. It was just people hooking up and just trying to find who they're supposed to be with without trying to figure it. It was very
Was there like a
interesting.
right and wrong answer?
No, it's though if you didn't have a match with somebody, like if you didn't hit it off and nobody picked you on the island, you're voted off. So then there's always one
That's
more
like
boy
a
than one more
show.
girl.
There is a show like that. I think the interesting
Today
thing
I'm
about
not
Love
gonna-
Island that I've heard is that how often it's filmed and
It's
aired.
all day.
That's very cool.
That is cool, but I think when you're like watching it as like a
Marathon.
it's just too
Yeah.
much, and you don't get invested in the characters like you do with others. I'm just like, I don't really care.
That's kind of
I
sad.
bet if I was watching it week by week, I would.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the Becca in Champagne Pop and lightly on the apple, not the apple, on the highest points. And I like doing this actually before I put down any blush, because then the blush can blend in.
I like that brush.
Yeah, this is a shimmer
It's so soft.
Shims Glam tapered highlight. I got this from Ipsy. Most of my things or a lot of the brushes that I use, I get from Ipsy, which I love.
What about the birds?
So many birds there. The crows. So they have the same type of crow or shape crow. So I was expecting same sounds, same.
Right. It wasn't a raven.
I think it was just a crow. I don't know. It was as big as a raven, is what it looked
Because
like
the
here.
ravens make odd sounds.
Yeah, like they're talkative. But like ravens here and crows, make. I'll try to
Kinda
find it.
just
I'll try to insert a crow sound. It's like.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
That was
was
really
exactly-
good. That sounded exactly like a crow. And they're just like, and you're just like, who is
They have to be
talking me?
louder because there's more.
More murder.
Snakes
Animals?
and-
yeah. So the birds were cool. Kookaburras. Actually, seeing a kookaburra was cool.
Yeah, because you
Big
just heard about it in
beaks.
songs as a kid.
Sitting in the old country. I made that joke one too many times. This is Makeup Forever, blush B302, and I'm gonna take it and then place it. I like on face shapes like mine and Hannah's, where if we smile, we get very round.
I get like little balls.
So like I understand when people want to put it on the apples of their cheeks to make themselves look like cuter.
Yeah.
I still recommend putting it on like a little on the apple, but also bringing it back so everything is just still
Lift. Give me a
pulled back.
facelift.
Yeah. So if you're naturally smiling type of thing, it would just boop, boop, boop. And then I blend it into the blush or to the highlight as well and bronzer. And then it's just, you're just looking like healthy instead of like,
Yeah.
wow, you're really pink on those cheeks. This is an individual little eyeshadow thing I got from Ipsy. I'm sorry, I don't know the name, but I'm going to take this on your Cupid's bow. So this will make Hannah's lips look a little fuller. And
We all know I need.
we can all tell.
I have
yeah.
tiny little lips.
Her lip size is the same as her eye shape size. Ooh, I hope I'm not moving.
Well, here's another thing. It's about the same as my nose and my eyes, so I'm
Yeah.
like this weird,
It's,
like
she's very, yeah.
I'm like,
I want you to put a little bit of color.
okay.
So what I'm gonna do is just, you might want to open up a mirror. I'm gonna like tap this on your lip a little bit because you don't, Hannah, first of all, doesn't really like opaque lip colors.
Yeah. This looks so good.
Ooh, it does look really good. So I'm just gonna like tap it and you're gonna bat, 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 and then rub it around to the shape of your lip and like getting it up onto the points. She's just rubbing it around, and that's a really nice way, I think, because I'm not a huge fan of opaque liquid lips going matte anyway. You put it on a little and buff it around and smooth it, like move it around so it almost looks like a natural like stain color. Do you want any glossy product?
No.
Well, then I'd say we're done with the makeup. Here it is.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Yeah, just
It's like a
keep
dog following a treat.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned some cool stuff about Australia versus America, some fun makeup tips without really having to like learn. I hope it was just informative all around. Please like and subscribe and have a really good rest of your day.